Fox News has moved on to everything with the illegal ballot, waiting a video message from President Trump. Um, Mark Rubio is supposedly going to be on. They're waiting for my next one to say everything. I just can't believe that they would have open people in the comparison video. It's like they couldn't find anybody except someone who's dressed in all black, in military black fatigues with a knit cap on, no logos, obviously bearded white face. Probably, I mean, hell, looking at the ones with the face paint makeup on there, it's just been 6 months since they got their beard trimmed, or else 13 months. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you can't show even a Black Lives Matter banner with it, other than someone swinging a flag that could be black, and they're trying to bayonet the police line, and the police line standing in tear gas. I mean, it's just, this is the last that it'll ever be for the political minute. I don't think it's ever going to be anywhere with it. I mean, it's like I say to people that came back here after it, being like, we knew we'd get something to do something else, and it's like you could at least buy a T-shirt. I heard the proceeds went to somebody. Something else like that. I mean, at least try and look like you blend in for it. And, they all just want to act like, unless there's like hundreds of thousands walking in front of your house or something else, the new normal will be that you're just remotely tagged, hit, or something else, and you'll just learn to go along with it. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous, and I don't really care. And they're all like, oh, he's hallucinating because of COVID or something else. It's like, no. That was actually played on Wolf Blitzer about 6:50 on that day. And I mentioned it on there. They can all be like, everything's, a bunch of BS, whatever it is. Uh, they were let to be there for so many hours and days and weeks for whatever of everything, having to restore order to the everything over there. You can be out going over about how, Colin, you were standing next to these people. It's like it was common talk everywhere in the 80s. And the federal government's like, we all know about it because there's like 16 or 17 of you all left here. And it's like, you're the federal government. It's like trying to get me to impersonate an officer. Well, that's what we know make believe is with you all, and you're the leading instigators. Nah, if you're going to go with that, I get to say Rand Paul's the leading instigator. Marco Rubio, because they go, Rubio's the Rubicon and everything else. And it's like, you better not cross me because I'm the Rubicon. He's the one who's instigated it all because Trump beat him. And it's just, it's like, that's easy. That's your frame of logic. Anyway, this is ridiculous with it, off of anything. I mean, you're saying that it's racism because there's white people getting pushed back. And then they said that that was illegal to use the tear gas and everything on there. And to say that they're standing up for probably the last church in America that really has nothing to do with Jesus and only has to do with whenever you're baptized and christened in there, that you can find the enemies of Jesus that are trying to use religion to still enslave you to be a human sacrifice for their altars of their kings and queens and weird tribals around the world, and to be free from them, their baptisms or anything else. And yeah, it's like, okay, he held up the evil Bible and the Scottish Mason and everything, and it's like, well, I guess he should have stood on the law, and I guess that's why he's not in the office right now. It's like the fires from it came out from there and started nibbling at him or something else, since he's like with the Jesus guys, and it's like, that's why Biden doesn't go over there to it. At least nothing that they can prove on camera. That's why the Mussolinis hate the place so much and everything. But I mean, it is. I mean, isn't it just racist that you have something where you say, "Look, the Black Lives Matter protesters." It's like, oh, look, the black ops, white people out there getting beat up by. Well, the police had more darker color clothing all over them, so you can say that it's Black Lives Matter all you want to out there with it, and you know, it's not like there's a logo on the back of the T-shirt or anything else, and they're trying to make their way over to some other place that was set on fire and to get them off of stuff and everything when the only thing that's really there and people want to say it's not a thing of black African colonization from the 1200s to 1300s by black royalty. Same thing as Britain, they all complain about. Sold almost 4/5 of all the slaves from the Congo rainforest that Sam Clemens, who wrote under the pen name Mark Twain, went around and held racial rallies for. Things, so on and so forth. But this is how the world works. I don't really care anymore. This is just over with.